And welcome back to Hot Talk. I'm so tempted to say 888-550-9105. You can give me a call, but you can't. How about that? So you can definitely drop down in the comments. You can hit me up at jill@hot105fm.com, or you can hit us up on the Hot 105 website. If there's any information that you want from tonight's show, you can. And as well, you can go to info at phsflorida.com. And my next guest tonight, you all know, a returning guest and a very, very, very dear friend of mine and of Hot Talk, Dr. Michelle Powell is here. How are you, sunshine? I am blessed and highly favored in the Lord. Thank you, sis. Many, many thanks to you for such things, I have to say. So listen, who knew a year ago, when we were talking about COVID and we were helping so many others get their life and health together, that we would be here today sharing how we are getting our health and life back together. It's been quite a ride. So I have not, and you know what? I don't know if I did it intentionally or not, but I really did not share any of my story, except the obvious, because I was getting people saying, "Girl, are you okay?" I'm like, I have never been better. Look at me. um, Girl, it's called a waist. I see one. Right. He says, one of my actually did say, I heard you had cancer. I was like, girl, no, I have not had a cancer, man. I do have a couple of Scorpios, but not a cancer. Okay. I was like, no, that's not the situation. But I have offered that. I had a gastric sleeve surgery and consequently lost over 100 pounds. And the thank you. Thank you. Because so much of getting here was holding hands with this woman, who really, did not admonish me when I had gained just a tremendous amount of weight, but really helped me at every step be mentally and physically prepared in order to, take this step. We didn't see that coming. But I think it goes back to a lot of what you say about, when you get ready and you're prepared, God will show up. And it just, and it has worked in both of our instances. So last time you were here, we were sharing and helping people navigate through COVID. And since that time, you have had some health challenges of your own. So now share, what you've been through and over, and in the past year, and where you are right now. Amen. And yeah, yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Amen. Amen. Okay. It's true. And, at the end of the day, I don't, maybe it's the discourse, maybe it's the Republicans. I don't know, whatever it is. But, I just ask people to think back to when you went to school and when you get ready to send your kids to school and they have to have 14 vaccines and nobody says anything. Nobody's like, well, what is this one? No, you just get them vaccinated, send them to school, do the same thing with COVID. Yeah. And done. And yeah. Yeah. Amen. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Mhm. And God laughs. Right. Mm. Mm. Right. That moved. Not the space saver. Oh my God. Only you can make that funny. Wow. Is it like, I mean, does it feel like what does it feel like? Okay, well, hello, girl. They're three sizes larger than they were before. Really? No. Wow. Wow. Really? At all times. Wow. Wow. So now can you take them off? They're adhere. Okay. Oh, so those are your keepers. Okay. So okay. All right. So we'll get to okay. So go ahead because I'm fascinated. Okay, but go ahead. There is, right. Mm. Mm. Mhm. Right. Radiation. Mm-hmm. That's good. Right. Mm. Wow. So I met beyond the physicality of it, emotionally, what has this journey been like for you? Mm-hmm. Right. Mm. Mm. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm. Predisposition to it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Have mercy. Wow, that's yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Mm. Mm. Right. Right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Right. Right. Mm. That's fantastic. Yeah. But it's moving. You can feel, yourself like being able to hold yourself throughout the day a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that was not without duress, Dr. Michelle Powell. I mean, there's a saying, caregivers need care too. And I just remember thinking, what are we going to be able to do to, get her to like really slow down and take care of, let us take care of you, you know? Mm, yeah. Hmm. Right. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. So you are in that process now of moving. Yeah. Yeah. Of moving on. Yeah. So what would you offer? Do you have patients currently? that have cancer, or that you're dealing with, not only yourself but your patients as well, because that's a lot, Michelle. I mean, beyond the fact that you have gone back to work, and how difficult that is, to then also be counseling and caring for your patients. It must be taxing as well. Mm. Right. Right. Hmm. Yeah. A- And I think that, out of you bring up such a salient point, because so many people don't know how to deal with it. It's just a big C, and they're frightened to death, and they don't tell anybody until it's too late. Yeah. My great when you were sharing that, my great grandmother, Charlene Wright, she had breast cancer for almost 6 months before we knew, because she was still up and move. She was 75, she was still up and going. Right. So she showered herself. She didn't need someone to care for her. And so we did not know until my aunt was, asking her to take off her robe so she could, and it was just something, wash her down her neck or something. And she said when she pulled off her robe, she had black tissue where her breast was, and we, she died very rapidly after that, but that's probably because she had had it so long before we knew. Yeah. So do you find that, within, as particularly within our community, that we, a lot of Black women are scared to share it because they don't want to be a burden to the family? Mm. Mm. Yeah. Right. Past. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Mm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. They didn't know. Yeah. Yeah. What would you offer people, to those who, may be in that situation, who have not shared, and those who may suspect that someone in their woman in their family is dealing with breast cancer? What would you offer? Hmm. Hmm. Right. Yeah.
And that book that I sent to you,
Mm-hmm.
Nana and the Bush Woman,
Mm-hmm.
let's go back to
Love
the
that.
roots where we
Yeah.
educate each other in order to improve our entire race and our entire people.
Yeah.
So what I would tell people, start having those conversations. And if you know any women in your life, ask them the direct question. Did you get your mammogram this year?
Right.
And if they haven't gotten a mammogram, you hold them to say, look, I'm going to give you 1 month to get it, and I'm going to come back, and you put it in your phone or whatever, and you make sure you call them.
Right.
Or if they feel, you see they're nervous, say, I'll go with you.
I'll take it.
I
Yeah.
just have to stay in my car because of COVID.
Right.
I'll just
Right.
go with you.
Mm.
But we need to be more hands-on.
Yeah.
We're hands-on about let's go to a concert. We're hands-on, let's go to a new restaurant. We're hands-on to do any form of entertainment. But when it comes to healthcare, we need to get more hands-on.
Well,
Ask those questions of loved ones.
yeah. Well, when you say that, it's so true. And I was talking to a friend, we were talking about how we can each take care of each other, and how so many times those of us who are in the place to care for others um, don't get the reciprocity that we would hope. And so I would like to invite my friend to the screen. This
Hello,
is
hello.
Michelle. This is Herb. Well, his name is Herb McCrae. But he goes by Herb the Financial Guru. Please meet Dr. Michelle Powell.
How you doing, Doc? How you doing?
We
Can you
we
hear
need you to get closer to the microphone
me? Okay.
or wherever you are. Yeah,
Can you hear
because
me?
we can barely hear you.
You can
So
hear
how
me?
are you today, sir?
I'm great. And yourself?
Oh, good. Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Closer, closer, closer.
Closer. You better
Closer.
get
Get
it. Can
up.
you do
Just put it in
it?
your face.
There you go. In my
For
face.
you.
Is that better?
That's
Hold
a
on.
little better
Let's
because
move
I
this
can
out of the way.
barely hear. I
Let's
can
move this
I can
out of the
barely
way.
hear you, but no worries. Go ahead.
How about
Okay,
this?
so I was Herb and I were talking, and he was like, I would love to meet Dr. Michelle Powell because she sounds like a great person. So I thought I would take the opportunity to introduce you all. So yes, so Herb, please say hello.
Hello, Doc. How you doing?
Pleasure.
Great, great, great. I can't hear you though. I can hear
Huh?
you, Jill. I can hear you, Jill, but I can't hear the doctor.
You can't hear her?
No.
Okay. So wait, I'm going to stop this recording so I don't have all that to edit out.
You have
You,
unmuted. Unmuted.
I can't
you're
hear you.
no, you're muted, but I can hear you. Herb, do you have
Yes. Hold one
you have
second.
a headset?
Without a doubt. 1 second.
This part of I can edit out of the oh, we are live. Child, this has been quite a day with the video, but that's all right. Nobody's watching. They don't know we're here. So, I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down and put it back up. Herb,
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna try to put on.
it sounded like I
Can you
heard
hear
you.
me now? Can you hear me?
That's you, Michelle, right?
All right. Can you hear me now?
You can hear me.
Okay.
Can we hear?
I hear
Yeah, I
you,
can hear you
Jill.
fine because you're
I hear
on
you.
both lines. Herb,
Okay, I hear
can you
you.
hear Herb, Michelle?
Can you hear me?
I see his mouth moving.
Okay, but you can't hear him.
Okay, hold on
Okay,
1
wait,
second.
hold on.
Can you hear him?
No, I can't hear him as well as I can hear you, but that's because you are coming through the board as well. This is what we might have to do. I want to make sure that we get that on before we go. Okay, what might need to happen here is Herb.
Mm-hmm.
Herb,
Yes.
give Michelle your. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna text you Michelle's number. You text her your phone
Right here.
number. Michelle, you call him on the 3-way.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. So Herb, I'm about
So
to
you need
text
you need
you.
Michelle to call me?
Huh?
You say you want Michelle to call me?
She's going to call you so you all are on the same line and I can hear you.
She only called me on my cell phone.
Wait, hold on, Michelle. Here, hold on. Hold on.
You know, it's hard for me to look at this thing. Look at her. You know, trying. Looking at this
Because I don't know if we are if it is live and somebody's watching. I don't want to put his phone number on the on the World Wide Web. I just sent it to you. Yes. You see it? Okay. So now call him on the 3-way.
I had to get the phone. We won't be filming.
Because the audio I'm getting right now is him on the computer, which is not good. It's like the mic on your computer is not on, Herb.
Yeah, it is.
I'm hearing the echo in the room. I don't hear you. All I'm hearing is the room. Can you hear him, Michelle?
I hear you very good, Jill.
Well, that ain't gonna help us. It's like I hear myself fine.
Hey, Jill, she said she called. Oh, wait, that's her. Huh?
What happened?
Okay, hello? Hello?
I'll convert you guys in.
Okay.
Yes, good. Now we're all on. Are we all on?
Yeah.
There you go. Now just turn your volume back down, Michelle.
Okay.
All right, Herb.
Okay, I can hear her.
Michelle. Okay, now let me turn the recording back on.
We're winning.
Okay. All righty then. Okay, now that's a little better. So, Herb McCray, the financial guru, has joined us. So, how are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Blessed and highly favored. Thank you for joining us. I told you once I got together with Dr. Powell, I would love to put you all together, so you could share a little bit about what you do and how your heart has been so touched to help so many get their financial lives together.
Well, first of all, I'm inspired right now by Dr. Powell's story. I also have 2 family members that suffer from breast cancer. One is my mother-in-law, and the other is my mother.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Speaking about that, and I was listening to you. I was looking at a lot of points. The reason my mother suffered from breast cancer is because the lack of knowledge, not knowing about it, lack of education of cancer. She actually went through a tough time, and she's also in a nursing home right now from arthritis. But she suffered from. They found out she had breast cancer while in there, and I would attribute a lot of this to, like I said, the lack of knowledge and bad eating habits. Also, during the years, my mother wouldn't even think about what she ate or what she did, and that's because she was chasing money, of course. She never thought about taking care of herself. And as we know, she's older, she's 75 years old. So back in the 70s and the 80s, breast cancer wasn't a thing. I mean, we all knew you talk about sugar diabetes and high blood pressure. We wasn't talking about cancer like we do now.
Yeah, right.
And people didn't care about that. They didn't cancer, we would say that's for somebody else. That ain't for me, cancer. And I really felt right now of her lack of knowledge of knowing about cancer. It just snuck up on her, and she called me one day and said, "Listen, I have cancer, and I have breast cancer, and they're going to remove my breast, and they have to take care of it as soon as possible." And it really affected me, because I knew, like I said, all those years, my mother never thought about it, never talked about taking care of herself, or never did anything about it. All she did was chase money. I mean, when I say chase money, she worked every day. She had other habits, of course, and never thought about taking care of herself. And a lot of people these days are just like that. They have so much stress of financial issues that they don't think about their health, and how important it is, or trying to find out how they're feeling or what's going on in their bodies. And that attributes a lot to later finding out that you have these issues. And that's why it's so important to me. And I tell people it's so important to me that you find out, go to the doctor and do an examination, and find out early, like you said, Dr. Powell, and it's very important. It's very important. It's very important. Yes, it is. But Dr. Powell, I have something for you today. You're always taking care of everybody else, but I feel you need to be taken care of. So from my company, Royalty Financial Services, we're going to give you a whole day at Aquilina Resort and Spa. A whole day for you, okay? You're gonna, just for you. You deserve it.
Okay.
So yes,
Okay, hold
on. Yes.
Right. Not the phone blue, but Aquilina. Yes, I'm here for it.
Listen to what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a full body exfoliation, a deep tissue massage, lunch, and you already know when you get there, you're going to get valet parking. That's complimentary. You're going to love this resort.
Oh my God, Michelle. Love it. I've been to Aquilina. It is where they print. I walked in the door and I was like, do they print money here? Because
the name of the.
Oh my God, I'm so happy for you, Michelle. Yes. Oh wow.
Yes. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. The name of the package when you get it, it's called Distress Spa Journey Package. All right? Believe me.
Okay.
Distress. Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Yes. It's for you.
My heart feels I appreciate it.
That can't. He's a good one. Because I didn't, I was just like, oh, that's really nice that he's concerned, and maybe he'll be right. Oh, I love that. Right.
You always do it for everybody else. You deserve it.
It's true.
I'm on mission. I don't know if Jill told you, I'm on mission. This is my calling. This is what I do. Breast cancer has just been added to my list of health. My goal in life is to first of all, take everyone's health from average to excellent. We live too much of an average health, and as individuals, we can be better. Our health can be better. So my goal is to make sure that when I have a patient that they're better leaving me than they came in. The second goal is to make it practical. Healthcare has to become practical. It can't be so complicated. It can't be so above the average person's ability to understand so they can reach excellence, so they can optimize their health. So I'm on mission. That's from God to me. And no, I'm not going to sit in a chair because this is not what I'm called to do.
Yes. Just like me. You're just like me.
I was going to say.
Mission. You're just like me. I have that same mission. Now, see what I do. You want to expound a little bit, Jill?
I was gonna say, it is amazing, but it's true, and I am a testimony of that. That people who have equally yoked energy are just attracted because y'all don't know each other from Adam's house cat. But when I was telling him the story, that's what was on his heart to help you, and he didn't know you. You know what I'm saying? But you all are on that same mission. Okay, go ahead. I almost started crying. I gotta
go. But seriously, we are, because everyone has a purpose. That's what they have. They have a purpose. You have a destiny and you have a purpose to fulfill. So if you don't have a purpose, you're just existing. I teach mindset training. That's what I do. I teach mindset training. I teach financial literacy. I teach people how to become wealthy. Because once you get the wealth, your mind is free. That's what it's about. Once you get the wealth, your mind is free. And that's what people need to understand, that what people always say the money is the root of all evil. No, it isn't.
No.
It isn't. It's the love of money. Is the So that's what I try to tell people, and I try to teach people. Right. Yeah. So that's what I do. I teach financial literacy. I teach people how to become wealthy. I help them with every financial issue that they have, turn it around and change their mindset.
Okay, well, you're next up. You'll have to. Right? I know, right?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. Yes, and I want to say this right quick so people know. I help you with your financial structure, your business funding also. Those that are out there that are seeking money, you know, a lot of businesses are struggling because they don't know where to look for. You know, a lot of people don't know where to look for. You know,
right. So let's make that right.
Yeah, make that happen. You know, yeah.
But it's true.
Hey, listen, you might need an investment. I'm here. You might need Forex training. Everybody's right now going crazy trying to figure out this Forex. Yeah. We train here. Everything financially.
Well, listen. Okay, so what I say is that after your spa day, like we'll get together for lunch that next week. Is that good?
Good.
Wait, I'm looking for it.
Good.
Thank you.
Yes, I want you to enjoy that day. You deserve
yes, right. I'm right. You going by yourself. Don't take nobody with you. And they got to drive and drive you.
Yeah, we're not taking any trip to trauma.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you all so much as always for watching. If you it's on it'll be on the Hot 105 website as well as my YouTube channel and every other place that fine videos are found. How about that? So I want to thank Dr. Michelle Powell as always for being my guest. I want to thank Herb McCray, the financial guru, for being a guest and soon to be. I would love to have you come back on the show.
Yeah, I would love to do
your business and what you guys are doing, because this is how community is made. I want to thank you both. I really appreciate you sharing that with me. And I appreciate you all spending your time with me. And you can join me tomorrow on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Yes, indeed. Have a great one. And, in parting as always, love you. Mwah! Mean it. Mwah!
Love you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let me, oh, no, don't hang up. Oh, who hung up? Was that Michelle?